It's 3:47 a.m. Marcus still hasn't slept. His mind won't stop. In a few hours, he has a presentation that could change his career. But instead of preparing, he spent 4 hours replaying one conversation from 3 days ago. Every word, every pause, every look. His partner stopped asking him to come to bed. His friends stopped inviting him out. He's there physically, but his mind is always somewhere else. Here's the part that hurts. Marcus knows he's overthinking, and he tells himself to stop. He Googles how to stop overthinking. He tries meditation. He tries distraction. And within minutes, he's back in the loop. Why can't he just stop? Why does the brain do this? Where trying to stop thinking makes you think even more. Have you ever sent a text and then reread it 20 times, convinced you sounded weird? Have you ever rehearsed a conversation so much that when it finally happens, you can't tell what you actually said? Have you ever been unable to make a simple decision because your brain insists on analyzing every possible outcome? If you're nodding, you're not broken. Your brain is running the same program as Marcus's. And it didn't start with stress. It started as protection. Marcus learned this early. At 7, dinner questions weren't warm, they were tests. What did you do at school today? Sounds normal, but the wrong answer meant disappointment. Silence, sometimes worse. So he learned to scan, to predict, to think ahead before speaking, because thinking ahead felt safer. It worked, and his brain never forgot it. By 16, it's everywhere. He spends 40 minutes writing one text, deletes it, rewrites it, overthinks every emoji. At night, he replays conversations on loop. Did I sound stupid? Did everyone notice? People call him smart. What they don't see is the trap. At 28, Marcus looks successful. Job, relationship, friends. But at dinner parties, he's not really there. He's replaying what he said an hour ago. Did I talk too much? Did they mean that laugh? He misses moments with his partner because he's mentally living in tomorrow. He's tried everything. Apps, books, just be present. But his brain doesn't listen. And then comes the worst loop of all. Overthinking about overthinking. And now it's tonight. The presentation is ready. He did the work. But his brain won't let him rest. What if I forget my opening line? What if they ask something I can't answer? What if my voice shakes? Each answer creates a new question. The loop tightens. 3:47 a.m. He gives up on sleep. His body is exhausted, but his brain keeps trying to protect him from danger that isn't there. And tomorrow, today, he'll walk into that room convinced his brain is the enemy. So let's go back to the impossible question. Why can't Marcus stop thinking? Because here's the truth, his brain isn't broken. This isn't about willpower. It's a brain program that learned. Thinking ahead equals safety. And once your brain learns that, it runs automatically. So let's freeze at 3:47 a.m. and watch what the brain is actually doing. Mechanism 1, the threat prediction system. Your brain's job isn't to think clearly. Its job is to predict danger and protect you. Marcus's brain learned early. Rejection felt unsafe. So now, a presentation doesn't feel like a normal event. It feels like a threat. So the alarm goes off, and the thinking starts. If I can predict every outcome, I can prevent danger. That worked when Marcus was 7. Now it keeps him awake at 3:47 a.m. Citation from Predictive Processing and Anxiety, Nature Neuroscience Reviews. Mechanism 2, the Ironic Process Theory. Cognitive Psychology, Wegner. Here's the trap. When Marcus tells himself, stop overthinking, his brain has to do 2 jobs. The conscious mind tries to push the thought away. Another system quietly checks, am I still thinking about it? And that second system has to keep scanning for the thought, which keeps the thought active. It's like me saying, don't think about a white bear. What showed up? That's why just stop thinking usually fails. The command makes the thought louder. Citation. Ironic Processes of Mental Control, Wegner, 1994. Mechanism 3, the rumination loop. Now we hit the real loop, rumination. Rumination is thinking the same fear again and again, without reaching a solution. At night, when Marcus tries to sleep, the brain's self-thinking network turns on. That's normal, but in rumination, it gets stuck on. What if? Then what? Then what? It feels like problem solving, but it's actually anxiety rehearsal. Citation: Rumination and Depression, Nolan Hoeksema et al., 2008. Rumination is a hamster wheel. Lots of effort, no exit. Problem solving leads to action. Rumination leads to more rumination. Mechanism 4, the anxiety spiral. Now Marcus's body joins the loop. Threat system fires. Stress hormones rise. Heart races. Breathing gets shallow. Then the brain notices those symptoms and decides, see, this must be danger. That's the spiral. Body symptoms become proof the fear is real. So the brain panics more, and the body reacts more. By 3 a.m., Marcus isn't just thinking about danger. His body feels like it's inside. Inger. Citation: Cognitive Model of Panic, Clark, 1986. 3:47 a.m. Marcus's brain is running 4 programs at once. Predicting threats. Failing suppression, ironic process. Repeating worry, rumination. Amplifying danger through the body. And most of it is automatic. Marcus didn't choose it. His brain learned it. That lesson started when he was 7. Thinking ahead equals safety. And the brain will keep choosing it until we interrupt the program. Here's what matters. If overthinking is your pattern, you're not broken. You're not weak. You're not too much in your head. You have a brain that learned. Thinking ahead prevents pain. And for a long time, that helped. But you're not 7 anymore. And most of what you overthink now isn't real danger. So this is not a personality flaw. It's an outdated program. And the good news is simple. Brains can learn new programs. Let me show you how. I'm going to give you 4 tools. Each tool breaks a different part of the loop. Tool 1, thought labeling. Labeling creates distance. You stop being glued to the thought. Why it works? The brain treats thoughts like facts. I'm going to fail feels true, but this changes everything. I'm having the thought that I'm going to fail. Same thought, less power. How to use it? When overthinking starts, say, I'm having the thought that. Then repeat the thought. That one sentence breaks the fusion. Tool 2, body anchoring mechanism. Overthinking lives in past/future. Grounding pulls you into the present, through the body. Why it works? You can't fully scan for danger, and fully feel your body at the same time. How to use it? Do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or use the simplest version. Hand on chest. Feel your heartbeat. Feel your feet on the ground. Say, I am here. Right now. I am safe. Tool 3, the rumination detector mechanism. The brain confuses rumination with problem solving. Why it works? Problem solving leads to action. Rumination leads to more loops. How to use it? Ask one question. Can I take action right now? If yes, do it or schedule it. If no, it's rumination. Say, this is rumination. I'm redirecting. Tool 4, scheduled worry time mechanism. Instead of suppressing worry, you contain it. Why it works? Suppression rebounds. Containment teaches the brain boundaries. How to use it? Pick a daily 15-minute window, not before bed. When worries show up, say, that's for worry time. When the timer ends, you stop. You close the notebook. Over time, your brain learns. Worry has a time and place. Let's rewind to 11 p.m. Same presentation. Different response. Marcus notices the thought. Labels it. Anchors his body. Detects rumination. Schedules the worry. He doesn't fight the thought. He redirects it. And he sleeps. Not perfectly, but enough. Over time, the old pathway fades. The new one grows. He still has anxious thoughts, but they don't control him. Overthinking isn't a flaw. It's protection that stayed too long. And anything your brain learned, it can relearn. Which tool will you try first? Drop a comment. I read every one. Your brain learned this pattern. It can learn a new one. You've got this.